please. Settled in the simplicity of the harmony. Your thing can be like, let me turn down. You're a little marchy in it.
Okay.
Now my version of it would be even more, I would call it simple pedestrian kind of. And I'm a lot lighter in the touch than you. So try that. Maybe if you don't like the tone, fix a smidgen. And because it's low strings, okay, try to be a little less physical. Bass players, and maybe you guys do this, a lot of bass players, they're sort of that. And I try not to be. If you heard me playing, except in a rock situation where I would hit harder. So do me a walking bass line. Now remember what Misha did at first. Try it again, play a little. Stop you right there. Try to even there. Try to quit the physical. Huh? Try to get rid of even the triplet. This is the academic end of it. By the way, give me your email. I have a walking bass line I'm going to send you.
All right.
It's in my phone. There you go. Oh wait, I'm out of tune. Doesn't he sound more relaxed and more in time, more? Relax that left hand. Now, I'm a lot more lighter about it, and the only reason I suggest it to someone as good as you are is because bass players often feel that if they play hard, that's emotional. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. But emotion, you already have emotion, because anytime you play something you want to play, it's emotional. So if I'm going, I'm emotional about it because I'm not distant from it. So a lot of guys do, to emphasize that. You're so good that I suggest that you need a proper, see me afterward, because I'm going to get your email. I have in my phone a perfectly written walk-in bass line, and I suggest you play it. And it's funny, but I call it the 2-drink minimum. I'm not saying you should drink, but imagine you guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you had 1 or 2 little shots of something. You're not drunk. You know what you are? You're mellow. And that's a beautiful way to play sometimes. Even it's not that thing that I've seen bass. I did an interview today, and the guy was going to play a bass line. Very nice guy, a good bassist too. And he was getting ready to play something, and he went, and I said, stop right there. Because you don't want to get ready for round 1 when you're ready to play music. You really want to back it off and let the amps do the work and just play. And be relaxed. It'll feel better, your hands won't hurt, your time will go up, as his did. Did you notice that when he relaxed his hands a little bit, his time settled into a kind of a pocket? Did anyone notice that? I'm glad you did, because I did too. When you're less physical about the bass, you play better. Now, do one more walk-in line, then we'll solo, and then if there's any questions, by the way, I have a, where's my bag? young. I'm going to die soon. Go with that. Where's that bag I have? That CD bag?
Find it for you.
Okay. All right. Play a thing, and then you're going to solo. By the way, any questions before we start? Anybody have any thoughts or questions? Did the metronome, did I answer that? The 2 and 4? Did that make sense? Have you heard this before we do it? There's a thing I think that there's an exercise I heard that you play with a metronome, then you turn it off and you keep playing, and then you turn it back on, you're supposed to be in time, right? That exercise doesn't help you to play in time. You know why? Because you got Lex to play with, or I can't hear you. Emmett to play with. So Emmett or Lex. So the exercise isn't even usable. It's more of a game show exercise. And if you come in on time, you win the refrigerator and the stove. But you can't learn about time by going click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. It's not what time is. Time is relating with people. And that's all that it is. Even in a click track situation in a recording, which is performance, it's relating in time with people. I played click tracks and we had to find each other in the click track because human beings respond slightly differently. Time is people. Those stop-start things a metronome kind of play too and take out a beat, it doesn't help you to play better. It helps you to learn that trick. You may or may not agree, and that's okay. I'm just sharing a thought. So, one more. Oh, you got it? Give me one. Only one? Just one. There's, thank you. I bought a CD to sell for 10 euros because I'm doing a Jack Bruce record. And this is the best record I ever recorded. It's the best bass playing I ever had. It's Steve Vai's rockin'. It's a rock thing. I like that. Rockin'. It's got the drummer from Steely Dan. It's got the keyboard player from Sting. I've gotten a lot of good action out of this, and every euro that I earn from this finances my Jack Bruce record because I can't find a record company to sign us. So if you're interested, I know, and I have on the record now. It's okay. It's what the industry is. I accept it. I work within the reality. It's okay, but this finances the Jack Bruce thing. I've got Alex Lifeson from Rush who are already playing on the Jack Bruce record. I'm looking for other kind of famous guys. Anyways, it's 10 euros. It's the best thing I've ever written, and it's the best thing I've ever played on. If you're interested, I'll go in the back, and it's 10 euros, and like that. And then there's a giveaway. So is that okay I do an ad? Because you're going to get something I think you're going to really enjoy afterward. All right. Thank you for your patience. That was my commercial. I didn't come here to sell, but what the heck? Wouldn't it be awful if I went out and bought clothes with this movie? I won't do it. Play me a walking line. 1, 2, 3, go. Do you see what I did? Just playing really hard again, right? Because we like to perform. We all want to perform. Here's my imitation of your solo. It's a common approach to bass. And you got hard again. What happened a little bit is the harmony went away. You could change your tone if you want to fix it for the solo part. If it's too gloomy, you might see. I think that might be a better tone. Just see, that's better for solos, right? Do it just for solos. Do a walking line. 1, 2, 3, go. I bet beg your pardon. My fault. Do a solo one. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to stop you right there. You're playing beautifully, but you're still, you're still a little bit on that regard. Why don't you go back as an articulating, remember you're in a classroom now, not on a gig. So how about, I have the advantage of the pedal. Try a little more legato.
I'm honestly not really used to playing like soft. I usually put my volume a bit down.
Well, that's what happens in these little things. I'm not asking you to, the performance thing is an academic thing. So
That's right.
you're in a very unnatural place. He's in a very unnatural place because you're not comfortable with this. So it's logical. I'm not trying to change your bass playing, I'm trying to add to it. And one of the things I want to add is to get legato in your playing. And see if that works. 3, 4, 1. All right, I'll say right there, maybe I counted it off too fast. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Now, why did you not come in on 1? There's a reason, because bass players do that. It's a bass thing. 3, 4. You know what I mean? Come in on 1.
Okay, sure.
1, 2, 3, go. Now, I propose coming on a stronger note instead of the 9. How about? Or. Now, what I'm doing to Misha is an uncomfortable thing for him. You know why? He can't be himself. And it's awful. It's a terrible feeling. Let me play, Berlin. Let me do my thing. You're not out of line in the slightest, and I'm empathizing with you. I'm just saying is that what you do by doing you is not regard more than what you do. Did that make sense? Did that work? So try to play something that's more in the harmony. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, my little imitation. 1, 2, 3. Don't play. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you follow.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Am I in the neighborhood, you think? Am I exaggerating it? Of course. How about a continuous flow of idea? Now I'll solo and give you an idea. 1, 2, 3, go. Playing is da da da, da 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 da. And if you notice, a lot of these guys, they will, even the horn players, ba-do, ba-do, ba-ba, ba-da-da-da-da. The space is very small. There isn't often a ba-ba-do-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. They don't do that. Even pianists never do that. Ba-do, ba-do-da-do. That was the only space they left. So try the same thing. 1, 2, ready, go. Coming on 1. 1, 2, ready. Oh, one last thing. Everybody has everybody makes mistakes in this. And it is absolutely permitted. What if he made the same mistake 18 times? Is that bad? The answer is no. Because maybe he needed 18 times. What if he did 30? No. Maybe he needs 30. That's the beauty of learning. You're allowed to mess up as often as required until we progress past it. So it's very hard to change on command, which I've asked you, do this, do this, do this. I was pretty certain because most guys, me too, can't do it. So you're in an uncomfortable place, but I'm very impressed with you. You're a good bass player too. Try it from the top. 1, 2, ready, go. Watch those staccatos. Legato. Now try to make a little pause. One more chorus. Just take a breath like a horn player. That's it. Watch those staccatos. Don't be too artistic, be harmonic. Yes. Now, I propose that's a way better bass player in this last couple of passes. Did anyone hear the difference? Or did you not? I didn't hear